If you want to understand women, you must stop listening to what they say and start watching what they do. Because the truth is simple. Women follow a set of rules that they will never verbalize. Not because they're malicious, but because these rules work. They protect her, they guide her decisions, and they determine how she chooses, tests, loves, and leaves a man. Today, you're going to learn those rules. The ones that operate in silence. The ones that shape her behavior when she believes you're not paying attention. The rules she will never put into words, even if you begged her. Let's begin. Rule number 1. She doesn't respond to what you say, she responds to what you signal. Women don't judge you by your words. They judge your energy, your posture, your confidence, your emotional stability, your level of self-respect. You can tell her you're high value. You can promise her you're strong. You can insist that you're confident. None of it matters. If your energy doesn't match your words, she will believe the energy, not the words. This is why some men say all the right things, but still get ignored, ghosted, or disrespected. Women are biologically designed to read signals, not sentences. And a man's signals never lie. Rule number 2. She tests you because she isn't sure you're strong, not because she wants to hurt you. Most men misunderstand female tests. They see them as attacks. They feel offended. They react emotionally. But women test because they're wired to look for stability. She wants to know if you're grounded, unshakable, emotionally regulated. A test is not cruelty. It's risk analysis. A woman can't afford to trust a man who collapses under pressure. She needs to see if you can stay calm when things get uncomfortable. Every time you react emotionally, chase, over-explain, or defend yourself, you fail the test. Every time you stay calm, centered, and unfazed, you pass. Rule number 3. She is most attracted to you when she feels you don't need her. Women are drawn to men who have options, or at least behave like they do. Not because they want you to be a player, but because women instinctively know a man who doesn't need anyone cannot be controlled, manipulated, or destabilized. When you stop centering your identity around her, she begins to feel something powerful, respect. And once she respects you, attraction follows. Neediness is repulsive. Self-sufficiency is magnetic. This rule is never spoken out loud, but every woman responds to it. Rule number 4. She evaluates you based on future potential, not present reality. Men tend to look at women as they are. Women tend to look at men for what they could become. She imagines your future. She calculates your trajectory. She predicts your momentum. This is why a woman can fall deeply for a man who currently has little, but burns with ambition, discipline, and direction. Women are wired to invest in a man's potential. But here's the catch. If your actions don't match the vision she sees, her attraction collapses almost instantly. She will never admit that her interest was based on your potential, but every woman does it. Rule number 5. She chooses the man who makes her feel safest, not the man who loves her most. Women don't choose the nicest man. They choose the safest man. Safety is not just physical. It's emotional, psychological, social, financial. A woman wants a man who is consistent, a man who creates stability, a man who doesn't become chaotic under pressure. Love alone is not enough. Security is the real currency. A man who provides emotional safety without becoming soft wins her long-term loyalty. This rule is never stated, but it dictates nearly every romantic choice a woman makes. Rule number 6. She won't tell you what she wants. She waits to see if you already know. A woman expects a man to understand certain things without being told. She wants you to sense when she needs space. She wants you to recognize your own goals. She wants you to be grounded without her guidance. She wants you to lead without being asked. Why? Because if she has to teach you how to be a man, she loses attraction. She doesn't want to build you. She wants to choose you. This unspoken rule confuses men and silently governs female behavior. Rule number 7. She loses attraction slowly, then all at once. Men typically lose interest gradually. Women tend to lose it suddenly. But that sudden collapse was building for weeks or months. A woman notices every shift in your behavior, your enthusiasm, your discipline, your ambition, your confidence, your boundaries. She feels the tiny drops in your masculinity long before you do. And when the last drop hits, she pulls away overnight. To you, it seems random. To her, it was inevitable. Rule number 9. She is attracted to a man who is willing to walk away. Women don't want a man who threatens to leave. They want a man who could leave. There's a difference. If she senses you're staying because you have no other options, she loses interest. If she senses you're staying because you choose her while having the strength to walk away if needed, she respects you. Respect is the foundation of female attraction. This rule is ancient, but no woman will ever say it out loud. Rule number 10. She mirrors the standard you set, not the standard you request. You cannot ask a woman to respect you. You cannot ask a woman to value you. You cannot ask a woman to treat you a certain way. You must demonstrate the standard. Women align with a man's example, not his demands. If you treat yourself poorly, she will treat you poorly. If you lead yourself with strength, she will follow with admiration. This is the rule that separates boys from men and men from leaders. The final rule. She will never admit these rules exist. Women rarely explain the truth behind their behavior, not because they're hiding something malicious, but because these rules operate at a level deeper than conscious thought. They're instinctive, biological, psychological, primal, and the man who understands them stops being confused, emotional, and reactive, and becomes calm, grounded, confident, and unshakable. Women do not follow spoken rules. They follow silent ones. And now, you know them.